Hello, Aathithya.
Hi.
Welcome to Walk With Me. I'm
Thank you for
Malavika
having
Mohan.
me. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. So, in the Namla SP Medifort Lana.
Yes.
And the journey started from SP Fort.
Correct.
Before we get into that, you're also a surgeon
Correct.
and you're managing the hospital.
Correct.
Tell me more about the whole cacophony of it.
Lovely. So basically, we are a family-run organization. To get you a bit of the history part, so my granddad had come down 40, 50 years from Tamil Nadu, and then settled down in Trivandrum. So healthcare അല്ലായിരുന്നു നമ്മുടെ first foray. So our family business is predominantly to sell wholesale provision. So that's where my granddad started. Then he had three sons. So he made them study. One uncle of mine is a chartered accountant.
Okay.
One uncle of mine is a doctor, and my dad is an engineer. So back then he had this vision to probably educate them in different areas of life.
A perfect recipe for
Yes, of course.
an entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah, because he had that vision back then.
Yeah.
So almost 30 years back is when we are starting our first healthcare organization, and that, as you said, is SP Fort.
Yeah.
From there, it's been a long journey. So basically, I am a third generation entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I finished my MBBS, then I did my orthopedics. So finally, for the last 5 years, I'm managing the hospital. Yeah. Yeah.
That's quite good. So, SP ഫോർട്ടിനെ ഒരു എന്താ പറയുക നമ്മുടെ കേരളത്തിൻ്റെ ഒരു മെഡിക്കൽ മാപ്പിൽ ഇട്ടൊരു കാര്യമാണ് ദി ആക്സിഡൻറ്റ് സെൻറ്റർ ഇൻ SP Fort.
Correct.
And from there it started, and now there's a trauma care in your SP Medicity, Medifort, sorry. അപ്പം എങ്ങനെയാണ്, how has that transition happened? How is it run in SP Fort now? How differently is it done in Medifort right now?
Correct. So back then, as I said, 30 years back, why did we want SP4 to be an ortho-based center, right? ഇപ്പോൾ പണ്ട് നോക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ say you have an accident, unfortunately, the immediate option is to go into a medical college or a government center. So we realized people had to wait probably 2 or 3 days to even get a slot for surgery. So we found out a void, and obviously people have to go through that pain for around 2-3 days.
Wow, yeah.
So we roped in doctors.
Is it really that long?
Yes, it is. Even now, because at the waiting list on that. So you might have to wait with the pain for that much time to get your surgery done. So we identified that void. We roped in orthopedicians from medical college itself, and we started putting SP Fort as a ortho-based hospital, as you said, a trauma-based center. But right now, say, unfortunately, you have a fall or you have an accident, people have the luxury to get operated within 2 to 3 hours. So you're relieving the patient out of so much pain.
Yes,
So that is why SP Fort was recognized as a trauma center or an ortho-based center.
Yeah.
Fast forward to 30 years, we start this beautiful organization, a 500-bedded organization. We want to push that USP into every department. We don't want anybody to go through pain and not being addressed to. So whatever USP clicked for us and for the people of Trivandrum and Kerala in orthopedics department, we want to push that into every other clinical department, so that nobody has to go through pain or nobody has to wait.
സോ ആദിത്യ, SP ഫോർട്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു വെരി കോമൺ മാൻസ് ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ എന്നൊരു ഖ്യാതിയുണ്ട് അല്ലേ? ആൻഡ് ദെൻ ഐ ഡോണ്ട് നോ ഇഫ് ഇറ്റ്സ് എ നെഗറ്റീവ് വേർഡ് ഓർ എ പോസിറ്റീവ് വേർഡ്, ബട്ട് ഇറ്റ്സ് നോൺ ആസ് എ വെരി അപ്രോച്ചബിൾ ആക്സിഡൻറ്റ് എന്താ പറയുക കെയർ സെൻറ്റർ. ബട്ട് വെൻ SP Medifort happened, everything looks very plush, nice, like a nice 5-star hotel. So is there a myth that we need to break in terms of pricing, in terms of accessibility? What do you think, and tell me what you've done to do it differently?
See, I understand that question. It's a very important question to answer. See, affordability is always a subjective thing. What I might feel affordable, then another person might not. But what we can always compare is what kind of services you provide and how do you justify that with a certified tag. So through our journey, it has helped us to optimize this. So as I said, we have been here for the last 30 years or so, and me being a doctor and me being also an administrator, what I have been able to probably deliver is this balance. So I understand what the patient really requires, and as an administrator, I'm able to provide them in a way that they can afford, or probably in a way they can afford without having to compromise on what the doctor has to deliver. Alle? So in any healthcare organization, any administrator would probably want to balance this, how to provide good services, good clinical, results by having to balance with the affordability factor. So I feel, people. I mean, I can't say you can come visit the hospital because that's not a great thing to say. But once you come, once you experience what we have to offer, then probably that myth would be broken. Yeah.
Okay. So I also heard about this എന്താ പറയുക എല്ലാ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റ്സിലും the OP charge is the same.
Yeah.
Which is not something that you find in all hospitals in Kerala. So can you just elaborate on that?
So again, this is also because of the learnings that we have had. So even if you see a general medicine, even if you see a super specialty doctor, we wanted the gateway. അതായത് ഒരു ഗേറ്റ് ഒ പി ഡി ആണല്ലോ ഒരു പേഷ്യന്റിനെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഗസ്റ്റിനെ ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരുന്ന ഒരു ഗേറ്റ്വേ പ്രൊസീജിയർ ദാറ്റ് വി വാണ്ടഡ് ടു സ്റ്റാൻഡർഡൈസ്. Say probably keep that under $400 or 350 rupees. The idea is to get them into the organization without already having to bear a huge price tag onto it. Our service standardized in the reason is predominantly to break the previous myth that we spoke about. Okay.
Since we're speaking about affordability, കേരളത്തിൽ ഇപ്പോഴും എന്താ പറയുക ഒരു ഭയങ്കര വൈഡ് റീച്ച് ഇല്ലാത്തൊരു സാധനമാണ് മെഡിക്കൽ ഇൻഷുറൻസ്.
Correct.
So if we look at any foreign countries, it's one of the first thing that anybody invests in.
True.
നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിൽ അതിങ്ങനെ ആയി വരുന്നതേ ഉള്ളൂ. And what is your opinion about that, and what is it that you do differently here to educate people to bring that into their financial part of things?
Correct. See, more than you having to have somebody medically insured, it's about the thought process. See, we know how medical technology is being improved, and as a healthcare manager, we are trying to bring in that technology to our place. So certain technology will incur certain cost. We cannot probably make everything very, very affordable for everybody. So that is when a concept called medical insurance arises, so that they are covered and there is this feeling of security. And as you said, when life is so unfortunate and life is so unpredictable, number 30 years ആയിട്ടുള്ള trauma is something you never know when you have a road traffic accident. To make yourself feel secure and to get yourself prepared is why this whole concept of medical insurance has come. And if you look at it, already developed countries are right onto it. അല്ലേ? ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ US നോക്കുവാണെങ്കിലും യൂറോപ്പ് നോക്കുവാണെങ്കിലും everything is covered because ഇൻഷുർഡ് ആണ് ആൾക്കാർ. അപ്പം ആ സെൻസ് ഓഫ് സെക്യൂരിറ്റി, ആ തോട്ട് പ്രോസസ്സ് വരുത്തണം. അപ്പം അതിലോട്ട് ആൾക്കാർ ചിന്തിച്ച് തുടങ്ങണം. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദി ഐഡിയ. ഐ എം നോട്ട് റിയലി അഡ്വക്കേറ്റിംഗ് ഫോർ എനിത്തിങ്, ബട്ട് ആസ് എ തോട്ട് പ്രോസസ് ദാറ്റ്സ് വേർ വി ഷുഡ് ഗെറ്റ്.
സോ നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പോൾ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞൊരു കാര്യം ആണ് എല്ലാവർക്കും ആക്സസിബിലിറ്റി, ഓരോരുത്തരുടെ ആവശ്യത്തിനുള്ള ആക്സസിബിലിറ്റി. സോ യു ആർ ഓൾസോ, ഐ ഹേർഡ് യു സേ സംവെയർ വിത്ത് hospitals should comfort and not frighten.
Exactly.
So what is it that you do differently here for that?
Correct. So when we started to build this hospital, our primary focus was design. So whatever we have learned and whatever we have seen, what we initially thought was ഒരു പേഷ്യൻ്റ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഗസ്റ്റ് ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ വന്നാൽ തന്നെ they have to travel to multiple places within the hospital.
So scan ഒരു സ്ഥലത്ത്, X-ray ഒരു സ്ഥലത്ത്,
and that probably be tiring, and also you don't want to make the patient run around the hospital. So we have put a lot of focus on design of the hospital. So say for example, you look at our OPDs. We have introduced something called as a cluster OPD.
I was just going to ask you about that.
So probably, ഞാനൊരു cardiology patient ആണ്. I probably go into the cardiology area. All my services required for cardiology is there. ECG എടുക്കണം, ഒരു echo എടുക്കണം, ഒരു TMT എടുക്കണം. So there is minimal movement of the patient. We have put a lot of focus on, say, design of our ICU beds. So we have around 150 to 170 odd ICU beds. From a prolonged time.
That's quite a high
A
number.
big number actually, because we have also noticed people flock into Trivandrum from neighboring smaller cities for an ICU care, for a quaternary level care. Not all hospitals would have a good critical care department. So again, coming back to design of the ICU, ഒരു മൂന്നാല് ദിവസം ഒരു പേഷ്യൻ്റ് ICU കിടക്കുവാണ്, they develop something called ICU psychosis. It's predominantly because they have no access to the world. കാറ്റും വെളിച്ചവും ഇല്ല. So our design, I'll show it to you later, is where light and can penetrate through. A patient can look what is happening outside.
Oh, that's lovely.
ഒരു ICU എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഇരുണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു മുറിയല്ല എന്നുള്ളൊരു
Because
concept.
normally it's all four walls and some curtains
Exactly.
around. Yeah.
So patient doesn't know whether it's morning or evening. So design as a quotient is very important when you have an organization where they're looking to heal. So nobody uses the word treating anymore. People use the word healing. Because ഒരു overall കാര്യമാണ്, മരുന്ന് മാത്രം കൊടുത്താൽ പോരല്ലോ. Patient has to heal, and all these factors will definitely contribute to that. But design is a huge factor. Then to make people accessible, see, accessibility എങ്ങനെയാണ്? Patient needs to ആർക്കും ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ പോകാൻ ഇഷ്ടമല്ല. എല്ലാവരും എന്താ പറയുന്നത്, ഈ ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ ഫുഡാണോ, അയ്യോ ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ ഫുഡ് വേണ്ട. So there is a lot of focus on peripheral services. Say, earlier we spoke about how we can park the car. അല്ലേ, ഇപ്പം ഒരു ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ പാർക്കിംഗ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിലോട്ട് പോകാൻ ഒരു 10-15 മിനിറ്റ് ആവും. Say I'm the only person coming with the patient, I cannot leave the patient and go park the car. Say we have a adjoint parking facility within the hospital or a valet service where they'll do the job for you. Or we have a full blown F&B service where you can have good palatable food. Like when you're sick, you want to have good food. Nobody wants to have bad food. So there's a lot of focus on peripheral services which will ultimately elevate the patient experience. Exactly.
Okay. So are you in heart first a surgeon or an administrator?
Okay, so looking back, I'm an orthopedic surgeon basically. So I worked in my own hospital as a surgeon for 2-3 years.
Okay.
So maybe my first love is always being a surgeon.
Okay.
But in turn, what it has helped is to put another leg into the administrative part and probably take better calls. So when even now I'm practicing, but maybe not much. But when you're doing both on the same side, I think it gives you a much more clearer picture. You can take a decision with much more clarity, keeping the patient in the center.
So SP Fort, SP Medifoot. ഇതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു 3 പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസ് അല്ല, ഐ ഷുഡൻറ്റ് സേ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടി, ഐ ഷുഡ് സേ ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽസ്. സോ ഇതൊരു എന്താ പറയുക, ഒരു ജനറൽ എക്സ്പാൻഷൻ്റെ ഭാഗമാണോ, ഓർ ഇസ് ഇറ്റ് പാർട്ട് ഓഫ് എ ബിഗർ മിഷൻ ഫോർ യു പീപ്പിൾ?
See, so we believe in really giving back to where we started. So as I said, my granddad started everything in Trivandrum. So the idea was also to give everything we owe to the people of Trivandrum. But obviously, each organization, as we expand, is much bigger, right? And now we are able to cater to probably the whole of South Kerala, or probably a part of Tamil Nadu as well. So the idea, no matter how much we expand, it is to always keep our core DNA the same. See, as I said, it's a family-run organization. So not just me, everybody in my family is equally involved on a day-to-day basis. My mother, my father, my cousins, my uncle. So everybody is involved at a micro level on a day-to-day basis. So what that has given us is to probably take every trivial issue into account and address them by ourselves. So no matter how much we expand, we want to keep this core value, core DNA at heart. ഒത്തിരി ബെഡോ ഒത്തിരി ആശുപത്രിയോ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല. But even if one guest is walking into, they shouldn't be not satisfied, or they shouldn't not get the optimum medical care. So we do have expansion plans in our mind. Adjoining the hospital we are here, we're going to start a new block, which is more focused into cancer care. As you know, Kerala Trivandrum is becoming a epicenter for oncology care.
In fact, there was a big conference a couple of days ago.
So Mayo Clinic, people from Cleveland and all have come down and recognized Trivandrum as a epicenter.
And also preventive oncology as a subject.
100%. So preventive oncology starts predominantly from a community, right? And നമ്മുടെ community അത്രയും far-fetched ആണ്. People are literate, people know everything, people are well informed. So that is why Kerala as a whole, even Trivandrum, is being seen as an epicenter for modern healthcare. So yeah, our expansion plans are slow but steady. But whatever we do, we don't want to lose this core DNA or a core value.
Which is also slightly geographic specific.
It is. So നമുക്ക് നാളെ ആന്ധ്രയിലോ തമിഴ്നാട്ടിലോ ഒന്ന് തുടങ്ങാം എന്നുള്ള ഒരു പ്ലാൻ അല്ല. We want to expand slowly and we want to cater to everybody the way we are catering right now. That's important.
Yeah. So another thing that I noticed, or rather what SP Fort is now becoming rather famous for is എന്താ പറയുക മെഡിക്കൽ ടൂറിസം എന്ന് പറയുന്ന
വെരി ട്രൂ
ഒരു ടൂറിസം എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഇതൊരു ലൈറ്റ് അല്ല ബട്ട് മെഡിക്കൽ ടൂറിസം ഇസ് വെരി വെരി സ്ട്രോങ് ആൻഡ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് സബ്ജക്ട് to speak about and to address. So tell me about SP Forts or SP Medicities, Mediforts, I'm sorry, SP Mediforts.
Correct.
How does it work for medical tourism?
See, medical tourism as a term is not new for Kerala or for Trivandrum, but what has changed? So from the time people have, say, viewed Trivandrum as a place, from wellness, Ayurveda retreats, we have innumerous centers. But slowly, along with that scenario, people have started identifying Kerala and Trivandrum as a healthcare hub for modern medicine. See, that is very, very evident in the way the kind of investment is coming to Kerala. People, international companies investing in hospitals. And predominantly what we have seen in the last 2 years is the organic flow of international patients to our hospital. To be fact, not just our hospital, into any other good modern medicine center in Trivandrum. So as I said, people have to recognize us. Say people we have around 70-80 people from Maldives coming here every day. So that's because they have recognized us. So how do you recognize a hospital? For international patient, എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഒരു hospital ഒക്കെ ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് പോവാം എന്ന് recognize ചെയ്യുന്നത്? That is where this accreditation called JCI has come into play. Okay, so now what is JCI? So JCI is a universal accreditation for hospitals. ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ ISO എന്നൊക്കെ പറയത്തില്ലേ, അപ്പം ഇതൊരു universal stamp ആണ്. And what do they focus on? They focus on everything which relates to a patient. They focus on good clinical excellence. They focus on patient safety. They focus on what is our protocol as to how we treat a patient. But they see this for around 5 to 6 days on an inspection basis, and they finally give you that stamp. So that stamp, fortunately, we earned that in about 9th month of our functioning.
Really?
Yeah. And when we put that word out, we could see patients globally, trying to get in touch with us. So that's something we are really proud of, at this point. And I feel not just our hospital, newer hospitals coming into the state are looking at the stamp like that, are looking at the accreditation like that. And that will create a pathway for more international people to come. It is not just one hospital performing. We need to be part of that ecosystem where we are creating a very safe space for everybody.
So is there like more of an outreach program that you do from the hospital as such, or it's mostly word of mouth?
We do. So what we have observed after JCI is the word of mouth. But say we go to Maldives, we have an outreach center there, or we go to one of those GCC countries. അറിയാലോ നമുക്ക് predominant NRI population അവിടെ ഉണ്ട്. So they tend to identify this and they reach out to us. We also reach out to them. So we make a conversation. And also government has been very, very crucial, playing a game with this. So we have created a Kerala Travel Mart Society with KSIDC, where they are very interested in bringing a lot of international patients into our state. So there is ecosystem where the public and the private partnership kind of goes hand in hand. The ecosystem വളർന്നാലേ ബാക്കിയുള്ള ഇതുപോലത്തെ ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻസും വളരത്തുള്ളൂ.
So Doctor, another thing I wanted to ask you about was the CSR activities. Now, I've heard a lot about it, read a lot about it, and read so much about your involvement as an organization for all of this. Tell me more about that.
Okay, so we have named our foundation called SP Adarsh Foundation.
SP?
Adarsh Foundation. So it's in the name of my late brother. So what do we really focus on? We wanted to start something back in 2020 in his remembrance, but we didn't know how to place the foundation. Then in the hospital itself, we noticed that obviously we get a lot of road traffic accidents, right? It's known for a trauma center.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of spinal cord injuries. So a spinal cord injury എന്താന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ out of the blue overnight they become paraplegic or they're not able to walk. അല്ലേ? So imagine somebody has been functional and walking, suddenly after one incident they're not able to walk anymore. അതിന് ഒരു ഡെഡിക്കേറ്റഡ് പാരാപ്ലീജിക് ഒരു റീഹാബ് സെൻറ്റർ ട്രിവാൻഡ്രത്തില്ല. So as we all know, ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു സിറ്റുവേഷൻ ആണ് people would immediately go to CMC Vellore or leave Trivandrum. We wanted to create a space where we could take in people who are paraplegic, very young people. You'd be surprised, about 20, 25 years old, 26-year-old.
Because most road accidents, two-wheelers, kuchukuttikal, അങ്ങനത്തെ കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ടല്ലോ.
Exactly. So by the time they go through a list of surgeries and their treatments, financially exhaust type 1. So we try to take in that individual, we try to rehabilitate them. Rehabilitate is ideally, what do you mean? From wheelchair, from ഒരു ബെഡിൽ നിന്ന് അവർക്ക് അവരുടെ വീൽ ചെയർ ഇൻഡിപെൻഡൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് പോവാമെങ്കിൽ that is the kind of rehabilitation we are talking about. So we started doing that in 2020. And now we have rehabilitated around 120 beneficiaries, correct? Yeah. So our last recent, program of the foundation was, you would have seen them on the road. We have made 10 of those beneficiaries in coordination with Zomato. We have given them a vehicle and they are doing deliveries now.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. So the idea is to get this message across to people and to tell them that there is still light and there is still a lot of things that you can do as close as to leading a normal life. Because these people are stuck, they don't know what to do after a certain point. We want to rehabilitate them and the end of the day give them a livelihood where they can make money or they can be the breadwinner for the family. So that's what we're trying to do as of now.
SP Adarsh Foundation.
Exactly.
So what is the immediate future plan for SP Medifort?
So in contrary, like say ഏതൊരു പുതിയ ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ the first department probably they would start is OBG and Gynae department, right? But we didn't really start that in the beginning. So next week, in fact, we're going to start our OBG department.
Oh, okay.
ഇപ്പം ബാക്കിയെല്ലാം കാര്യത്തിനും it's not a really happy thing to come to a hospital, right?
Oh, yeah.
But for a birth of a kid, it's when you're happy and you're actually feeling happy to come to a hospital.
Yeah.
So our plan is to start a state-of-the-art OBG and Gynae department.
Okay.
We have dedicated a whole big floor for it, and we'll be opening that by next week.
Oh, is that immediate?
Yes, that immediate.
Okay,
and
that's nice.
probably in about 6 months, as I said, we really want an integrated onco care unit.
Okay.
As we know, Trivandrum is being recognized for our onco care.
Yes, yes.
For about 6-7 months, we would start with the oncology block as well.
So how important is peripheral services? I picked that word from you.
Yeah.
How important is peripheral services in a hospital environment?
See, first you need to look at that as a patient or as a guest. If I am walking into a hospital, what's the first thing that would come into your mind? How a hospital would smell, right?
Yeah. So
we really
that's one
wanted-
thing that when I came in, there was no
Exactly.
hospital smell.
Exactly. So there was a lot of interest, a lot of attention given to things like that. How a hospital should smell. How cleanliness is a predominant factor. See, as you know, ഒരു ഹോസ്പിറ്റലിൽ കയറിയ അത്യാവശ്യം എല്ലാ ഇൻഫെക്ഷനും കിട്ടാവുന്ന ഒരു സെന്ററാണ് നമ്മൾ കേട്ടിട്ടുള്ളത്. ബട്ട് ദർ ഇസ് സോ മച്ച് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് വി ഗിവ് to a place which is very clean. And also, see, people are already frustrated at the hospital. They're worried, they're depressed. We really train our staff, including doctors, as to how you treat a guest or how you treat an attendant. So, the hospital carry on the chidikina kanambare,
I found that in most of your staff, very good namaste or chiri.
Chiri on that. So that is how a person from the top management or even a person below the hierarchy would treat somebody. So there's a lot of importance given to things like that.
Yeah.
And as we speak, we are right in front of
Yeah,
our
I
restaurant.
saw that.
Correct.
Kneel first or heel first? What is it?
It is both actually.
Okay.
So you eat from us, you heal for
Okay,
better.
okay.
So as I said, what is important is not the treatment, it's about how we make somebody heal better. So അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു മെയിൻ ഫാക്ടറാണ് what kind of food you get inside a hospital. So from day one, we make sure, I mean, we cannot please everybody's palate, but to give hygienic, clean, tasteful food was right there in our priority. So even if you are a patient or an attender, or even for our doctors for that matter, we make sure good food is available.
I quite
to
like
them.
the cost that woke me up the minute I came and I got a coffee.
So food has that ability to make yourself feel better, right? So that is importance given to what you put inside your body as well.
Yeah. So that was my next question actually. How do you feel that the hospital environment is to heal more than treat?
So that is the overall outlook of medicine, modern medicine now. So going forward, these kind of peripheral services we want to focus about. Say a bystander needs to take a walk. We have some beautiful landscapes outside, and we're just 2-3 kilometers from the Sanghavi beach, right? So there are a lot of outlets in the terrace of the building where you can actually look at the beach, take a stroll.
Oh, nice.
So the overall idea is to heal and not treat.
So I also noticed that namely cluster OPD na karyam paranjapathike you have two separate entrances.
Correct.
So one is for the OPD and one is for the emergency. So is this what you were talking about, the design factor?
Exactly. So say you're walking into a hospital, right? As an OPD patient or an outpatient, you don't want to see somebody who's gone through a pretty unfortunate accident coming through. So we have devised a separate entry for them. Also, things are faster. You don't want to go through a crowd to reach an emergency.
Correct.
So all that is part of design, and all that is part of your experience as well. So there's a lot of focus on how a hospital should look, how a hospital should feel, and more importantly, what is the optimum level of functioning that you expect in a 500-bedded hospital.
So Aathithya, hospitals are വളരെ important ആയിട്ടുള്ള രണ്ട് കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്, process and technology.
Correct.
That really pushes the efficiency.
Correct.
Yeah. So how do you handle all of that?
See, it's about how you see technology as an idea. So as far as healthcare is concerned, or like say how as a team we are concerned, anything which makes the life of the end user, and here it's the patient, better, faster and more accurate, that is termed as a technological powerhouse.
Okay.
Say something as simple as, so we have something called a pneumatic tube system.
I just saw that. Yeah.
So ഒന്നാലോചിക്കുക, say ഒരു patient ഇരിക്കുകയാണ്, you want to get certain medicines delivered to them. What do you do in a normal hospital? You have to put a bill, you have to send somebody down to the pharmacy, somebody has to carry it and then deliver it to the patient. So through the pneumatic tube, ഈ pharmacy ന്ന് മരുന്ന് ഒരു ട്യൂബിൽ കയറ്റി വിട്ടാൽ മതി, it'll reach the nursing station there. So that is a technological advancement. So something as simple as that is making things faster, making things better. Another big huge field where everybody here and there would have heard is robotics. എല്ലാവരും റോബോട്ടിക്സിനെ കുറിച്ച്. അപ്പോൾ എന്താണ് റോബോട്ടിക്സ് എന്നുള്ള ആൾക്കാർക്ക് ഇപ്പോഴും കൺഫ്യൂസ്ഡ് ആണോ, ഡോക്ടറാണോ ഓപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, റോബോട്ടാണോ ചെയ്യുന്നത്? So we have housed almost every robotic system that's available in the world. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ മുട്ട് മാറ്റി വയ്ക്കുന്ന സർജറി we have heard, right?
Robotics is more about precision than anything else, right?
Yeah. So not that doctors are not precise, but we have our limitations with the eyes, right? So whatever our eyesight can miss, the robot will never miss. So something more precise, as you said, something more accurate, and something which makes the patient go home one day faster. That is technology for you. So we have introduced robotics for knee replacement. We have introduced robotics for general surgeries, for gynec surgeries. Our main foray right now is into neurosurgery. So neurosurgery, as you know, bhayangara precise aayirikkanam, it is a very complicated,
especially for a trauma
space.
care.
Exactly. So there's a lot of interest, a lot of effort we have put into technology in these multiple departments, and that will speak for ourselves into the future. That will take our doctors, our hospital, and the whole of Trivandrum and Kerala into the future. So there's a lot of effort invested in that.
Lovely. And I heard something very positive. Let's end with that.
Yeah.
So I heard about this great place to work
Correct.
award you
Correct.
received. So tell me about that.
So as we speak, today is when we actually received it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's again a universal tag.
Okay.
See, of course, whoever walks into a hospital, a patient, a guest is important. They are the center of how we place everything. But in our organization, we make sure that people who are working inside are also happy.
Yeah.
You know,
Makes a lot of
you see
difference.
very sad people every day. You get frustrated. It's very important that my doctors and my nurses and my staff are very happy. The idea is to create a very, a nice working environment. ഒരു ഫ്രസ്ട്രേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള എൻവയൺമെന്റിൽ യു ഡോണ്ട് വാണ്ട് ടു ബി ട്രീറ്റഡ് അല്ലേ സോ ദിസ് ഗ്രേറ്റ് പ്ലേസ് ടു വർക്ക് ഇസ് എ ടെസ്റ്റസ്മെന്റ് ടു ഷോ ദാറ്റ് പീപ്പിൾ ഇൻ ആ വർക്ക് പ്ലേസ് ഇസ് ഹാപ്പി ആൻഡ് ദാറ്റ് റിയലി മേക്സ് മീ പ്രൗഡ് മോർ ദാൻ എനിത്തിങ്.
And that actually translate to patient care as well.
100%. See, only when you're happy you can spread that happiness into patient, right? Exactly.
So yeah, on that note, thank you very much for
Thank you.
spending so much time.
Thank you for your time, Malavika.
Thank you for being on Walk with Me.
Thank you.
Thank you.